Rogan experience.
Did you were you at UFC Miami earlier
Yes.
this year? How crazy was it when Trump walked out?
Insane.
I've never experienced
Insane.
that. It's like I
Bro,
was like,
it was
whoa.
more crazy when he walked out in Madison Square Garden.
Really?
Yes.
Jeez.
The Madison Square Garden one, the last fight was fucking bananas.
It's
dude.
unbelievable.
It was
I've
like
never heard a crowd like
over a minute of people screaming at the top of their lungs as he's walking in.
that. Nuts.
This country is fed up.
Yeah.
This is a
Seriously.
fed up country.
Yeah,
Whether, the mainstream media can say all the shit they want and they're trying, but the people aren't buying it.
No, that's the perfect example right there is, 20,000 people or whatever, like losing their minds when the dude's walking to the cage. It's like, there's no fighter that gets that, but yeah, the country, it's like, you can tell. You just talk to people or see what's going on. It's like, you could tell.
Well, there's people that voted for Biden that are doing it now.
Yeah.
They're like, what did I do?
Right.
Like, what did I choose? Like, how is this guy?
Yeah, you just can't listen to an interview or he's saying some of the stuff he says that just makes no sense at all. It's like, you can't listen to those interviews and feel like you made a good decision. I don't know how you could.
Did you hear what he said like yesterday or a couple days ago?
Mm-mm.
He was talking about the Revolutionary War. He's like, one of the reasons why we lost the Revolutionary War, one of the problems with the Revolutionary War was they didn't have enough airports.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
I saw that. It's like,
Have you seen
what
that?
the hell?
Like, pull him.
It's
Imagine
crazy.
If you had any other job and you were talking like that,
Yeah.
they would go, hey, you're done.
If you talk like that to a doctor at your medical exam to fight, they'd be like, okay, like obviously you're not fighting. You would also, here's 8 weeks of being helped out by a professional. Like,
right, you might not ever do anything again.
No, it's one of the wildest things ever.
It's insane.
Yeah,
and the media gaslighting you to protect. It's just people are so afraid of Trump being in office and Republicans being in office.
It's funny because right after my last fight, he was cage side with Dana, and then I got back home and he invited me out to Bedminster in Jersey and was like, "Come golf with me." Coolest freaking dude, man. He was like, we didn't talk about politics. We didn't talk about anything. When I first got there, rolled up, I mean, there's 30 Secret Service members. Everybody's doing their thing, and he did a few kind of worked with one of his secretaries, like make some announcements and do some stuff. But then we just golfed for like 4 hours, rode in the cart with him, and he was like the coolest guy, so with it, so smart, asking me about fighting. We were talking about, all the boxing. We talked about football, talked about golf, and he was so sharp and with it. And it was me. This is like the craziest thing. Like, I grew up in a town of 5,000 people in Wyoming. Now I'm fighting on the UFC, and then with Trump golfing, it's me, Trump, O.J. Anderson, who's an NFL running back, Super Bowl MVP, and LT. And like that's the foursome. And I'm like, wow, what the heck is going on here? But
that's got to feel surreal.
It was super surreal, and nothing really, like he was such a bro and so cool and so he's 70, I think he's 70, upper 70s, and couldn't believe how smart and sharp the guy was. Like, I was like, wow, like this is
bizarre, right?
Right, like super with it.
He's the only guy that went through 4 years in the White House and didn't seem to age.
No.
Everybody gets in that White House and they just fall apart. Their hair gets gray. They look tired all the time. They just look like the weight of the world, which it literally is on their shoulders.
I think he
like
loves
a
it.
Fucking duck to water.
Yeah, he's like, what are you gonna say? Come on. Like, this was the craziest thing. So him and LT were playing like $1,000 a hole or something, and he smoked him on Trump. Like people, I golf with him. The dude's amazing golfer. I couldn't believe it how good he was. Every fairway, right down the middle, hit every green, making all his putts, and he won the first 9 like pretty easy, and then the last 9, it was going in the 18th hole. Him and LT were tied or something. It was like the winner. It was like all came down to this last hole, and they both hit great drives, and LT hit like a good approach shot, and Trump gets up there. He's probably like 150 yards from the green, and he sets up, boom, just stripes it straight at the pin. Ball's like in the middle of the arc, like not even coming down yet. He turns around, doesn't even watch it land, walks right back to the cart, sits down. And the guy's like, "Nice shot, Mr. President." And I was like, "Damn, that was clutch." And he looks at me and he goes, "Don't you want your president to be clutch?" And I was like, "For sure, man." And he hit it 2 feet from the pin and tapped it in. And I was like, jeez.
That's pretty slick.
It was slick. I was like, he was just a cool dude, though.